Hi everybody, it's Julie and I'm here with the details for our September Junk Journal Challenge. We've done a challenge here over 67 times in a row, and so this is our next one. And the really cool thing about the challenges here is if you finish your challenge and post it in our special group, then you get invited to a virtual party, and you also get a digital. Okay, so a gift of a digital from me, and then we play with that at the party. So it's really fun and really different. Let's go ahead, jump in, and get you those details so you can get started. So the details for this month's September 17-day scavenger hunt junk journal challenge 24 is, or are, we are making one journal. We are making our list of 17 elements and then adding them to the journal base that we make or have made. So this month you get to use a journal that you already have, but you have to make all 17 things that we're doing plus the 6 pages. Okay, you may use anything in your stash, your home, or your yard for this challenge. Your journal's to be 5 by 7 or larger. You need to have 60 plus pages. So that's front and back. So the front, this would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 3, this would be 4, 5, 6, and so on as you go through the journal. Your journal is to include the use of 2 or more DearJulieJulie kits, and any of your freebies count as 1. So if you have the freebie from Friday and you use that, and you use the freebie from the Friday before that, all of the freebies all together count as 1 kit. Okay, I have that up here to put with the circus. Let's see, you must use a total of 10 pages from the digitals in your journal. So if you're using a page, okay, and you print your digital on one side, that counts as 1. If you print another digital page on the back, that counts as 2. Okay, and then when you're going through and you're using ephemera, so say you cut your postcards, and instead of using it as a page, you cut it into 4 pieces, that's the 1 page, and that will count as 1. You can also, of course, on your postcards, flip them up and do a postcard page, or your 6-pack, flip it up and do, and that will use up a whole page. Okay, so yeah, and you need to use a total of 10 pages, and you need to use basically the whole page. I mean, you can have a few little scraps, but all of the elements from the page should be used. Your journal is yours to keep, sell, or give away. Okay, you're not sending it to me. We're not doing an exchange. You're actually making it for yourself. We're making 1 or more of each of the 17 elements listed below. So we have wanted to do something different. Like this last month, in August, we had the ABC challenge. So we had 26 items, plus your cover, plus the mini challenge in the challenge. And so if you did one thing every day, in August, you could get it done. If you know, and then your other 2 days, you could go ahead and put the things in. But this month, we're going to do just 17 days. You can use any 17 days. You can do it all in one day if you wanted to and if you could. So but we're going to be making these 17 elements that down here that are called the scavenger hunt elements. So each element must have a Dear Julie Julie digital on it somewhere. Each element must have one item from the 17 element list. It can have more. And each element must also have 3 items embellishing or enhancing it. You may also do this as a mass make or assembly line, build your stash with usable items. Because sometimes if you're making one, I mean, especially at least the base, you could make 4 or 5 and have them, or even 2 or 3, and have them in your stash for your next projects or to send off in Happy Mail. Okay, so if you're trying to get ahead of things, most of your elements can be found by searching Dear Julie Julie, then the name of the element. We do have a couple of new ones in here that I have not done videos for before, so so those you'll want to wait until the video is made for those. But yeah, so let's go ahead and I will tell you what we're making, and then I'm going to tell you about our scavenger hunt. Okay, so we are going to be making a sack bottom secret pocket with 2 inserts. So this is where you take a paper sack, and we're going to be making something out of a small paper sack. And remember, you can make a small sack out of an envelope. So might show you how to do that as well. Okay. 6 stencil stamped stitched tags. So 6 tags that are stenciled, stamped, and stitched. So those will be your bases, and then on top of that you'll be adding your Dear Julie Julie digital and your 3 items that enhance or embellish each one of those tags. Okay, they can all be the same, or you can have them be different. Number 3, a see-through slanted side tuck with show off tag. So this one is going to have a window, or it's going to be something that is see-through, and it is a slanted, notice I'm using all S words, okay? So a slanted side tuck with a show off tag. That means that the tag is used along with the tuck so that you can see the tag through the window. Okay, so like the X-ray tag that is see-through, and then the tag that goes in, or the X-ray pocket, and then the tag that goes in it is part of the whole thing. It's the same idea. So here you're making the see-through slanted side tuck and the tag. Both of them need to have the Dear Julie Julie digital on them, and both of them need to be embellished or enhanced with 3 items. Remember, embellishing or enhancing can include inking, staples, adding washi tape, stenciling. I don't know if I said stamping. So all of those things count as an enhancement or an embellishment. So you could add a stamp, you can add mixed media, all of those things, paint. Okay. So next we're going to be making stitched scrappy shabby sheet pocket. This is a fancy way of saying you're going to make a pocket made out of fabric, lace, and stitching. Okay, so it's a pocket and it's made out of fabric, lace, and stitching. So stitch scrappy shabby sheet pocket. Next is a side stripped or striped border tuck with flip out space for journaling. Okay, so you're going to have a border tuck, and it is going to have a flip. Somehow you're going to flip and have journaling space. stripped or striped scrappy shades, full page with 2 small journaling spots. So this is the scrappy rainbow page that I made for the Raggedy Ann, and I think it's in this part. Yeah, so this one, and then you're going to have 2 pockets. So there's a pocket there, and there's a pocket here. So you're going to have at least 2 pockets that you can put things in. Okay, so this is your scrappy, striped or stripped, scrappy shades, full page with 2 small journal spots. So instead of saying rainbow, I said shades. So you can have like 3, 4, 5 different colors, and in the stripes of color like I did there, that go along with what you are making. Sealed envelope hidden journaling cards. So you're going to actually take an envelope that is sealed and make a hidden journaling card out of that. Several scrappy notebooks, 3 or more. Okay, so we're going to make scrappy notebooks, at least 3. Side and flip with 2 inserts. So this is basically the tuck and flip. So where usually we put something on the side, and on one side you have the tuck, and the other side is a flip. We do it sometimes with the dad's bank envelope, or a privacy envelope. And so, yeah, so that's side and flip with 2 inserts. So then you also need to make the 2 inserts, and both of those need to have the Dear Julie Julie digital and the 3 embellishments or enhancements. So, so anytime that it's mentioned on here, you have to make it, and it needs to be fully embellished. If it just says, you know, a sliding waterfall with 4 panels, and you put pockets on here, your pockets here can just be filled with something, because I didn't tell you that you need to have inserts. But if it says with a tag, with an insert, with 2 inserts, then all those need to also be embellished or enhanced. Okay, so sliding waterfall with 4 panels. So the sliding waterfall is the waterfall that I made. The video was just this week, and I think that's in the second part. So this is my Raggedy Ann and Andy journal that I just almost finished. There we go. That's our sliding waterfall. And so there is a video for that. And it needs to have 4 panels. 6 scrappy shape patchwork cards. So these are our patchwork tags or patchwork cards. But this time we need to make them in a shape. So the very first time that you saw me do them, I did hearts. Davina did the amazing dress form. We've seen animals. It can be any shape. So it could be ovals, it could be triangles, it could be circles. And you're going to do the scrappy patchwork, okay? And it is a process. So make sure that you watch one of the patchwork tag videos so you can see how they're done, okay? And you're going to make 6 of those. Slotted pocket page with 3 pockets or tucks. So that is the yearbook gallery page that I just made. So you can look up slotted pocket page, Dear Julie Julie, or you can look up yearbook gallery page. And it's where you take your digital that has, that looks like the yearbook pictures, you know. Ours are all, they're in blocks. And then you make slits in the thing, and you're able to have pockets. a 17-inch snippet roll with scraps, strips, and stamps. So your scraps, strips, and stamps are part of the base, and you're going to need to add 3 other embellishments or enhancements. Remember, staples count, ink counts, stamping. Well, the stamps here is postage stamps. Okay, and remember, you can make postage stamps. So your scraps, strips, and stamps. Okay. 6 strips, scrap side ready edges. So you're going to make 6 ready edges using, well, obviously, your ready edges are going to be strips. Okay. Scrappy stack-a-note and sheet fabric flip. So you're going to make a fabric flip, and you're going to have a scrappy stack-a-note under it. A stack-a-note has at least 3 note pages under it. Now, you can have all 3 be the same, or they can be, well, actually, this one's scrappy. Sorry about that. You need to have 3 different scrappy looking. So you would stack, you would like cut out pieces from like these 3 pages and stack them on top of each other. Okay, so scrappy stack-a-note and sheet fabric flip. Scavenge scrappy cover. So you're going to make a collage cover this time, you guys. Your cover is to have a collage on it. And it can be like this, okay? So it doesn't need to fill the whole thing, but you can do like a masterboard collaged cover, okay? So that is how we're doing our scavenged scrappy cover. So the items that you've gone and scavenged, which we're going to talk about next, and then you make a cover. Something special to make your September journal stand out. So you probably have collected wonderful things for this particular journal. Take some of those wonderful things and turn them into the very special idea that you have in your head for that special item, okay? And so this one I want you to showcase. I want you to share this on in the crafty community as well as in the September group, because we'll have a special group just for this challenge. Because I think we're going to be able to see some amazing ideas here, because you get to make what you want to make that you think is going to be really, really special. You know, like Katie's pants that she made for Raggedy Andy, or like when Davina did the dress form for the shapes. It stands out. It's like, wow. So you pick your wow and share that with us. Okay. So here is our scavenger list. So this is the part of the challenge where you're going to take your list, just like when we were kids. If you ever went on a scavenger hunt, you had the list and you had to go to the neighbors and knock on their doors and ask for this. We're not going to go to the neighbors. You're going to go to your craft room, your house. If you don't have it, if you do not have what you need in here, then you're going to knock on doors. And it could be that you're knocking on the chat. And if you don't have something on this list, there may be and probably is somebody that will send you the items that are on this list. So there you go. Okay, so we must use all 17 items on this list. Each of these items need to have at least one of the items from this scavenger hunt list, and they can have more, but again, you need to have used somewhere in your journal at least once all of the 17 items. So here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is after we've got the list here. You're going to go find the items. You're going to take a picture of the items and post it. Okay? So here we go. We turn it over. Our 17 items list include 17 papers. So your favorite 17 papers that you think you want to use in this journal. This can be for pages. This can be to put on the back of your items on your tags and journals. It could be your lined paper, your mat, your maps, your ledger, your magazine, your vellum, your file folder, your digitals are going to be separate. So these are 17 other papers. Your calendar page, all of the things that you might like to put or that you've collected, because you can go to your collection and get these too, because you can go anywhere in your house or your craft area and get these items. So 17 papers. Cardstock. This is where you're going to use your paper pads. And so so 17 papers. Next is strips of papers. So if you've collected strips of papers, I happen to have these on my desk, but over there I have a jar of strips of paper. You're going to want strips of paper. A stencil. You can have more than one. A stamp set. Now it can be the stamp set as it came, or it can be a collection of 5 or more stamps that you collect out of your stash. So a stamp set. Sprays. So if you have the Lindy's sprays, or you have the Delusion sprays, any of the sprays, you can go ahead and use that here. Or you can also add coffee into a spray bottle and spray it on, okay? Or if you are doing like the special embossing where you use the paper towel and the water and stuff, your water counts as a spray, okay? So sprays. Spray paint. I wouldn't put a spray paint in a junk journal, but if you are putting spray, that's a spray. Okay, so next is your scrap box. So every time I think or say scrap box now, I think of Big Mama at the gathering petting her scrap box. Petting it. She pets her scrap box. Her scrap box is pretty amazing. So, so your scrap box. A sewing kit. This can be for your binding kit. You're also going to be we need to stitch things in this time. So anything that might be in your sewing box, and you can show us what you're going to use out of your sewing box. I have some things that I use all the time out of a sewing box. A seam ripper. I use the tracing wheel to what is that called? Perforate. To perforate when I make tickets, when I make my own tickets. What else is in here? Well, my magnifying glass that's from there. I have another seam ripper. I have 2 seam rippers. I use those to go through to take out stitching in the in a book or a journal. I'll use these to take the stitching out so that I can separate out the pages. Okay, so sewing kit. Your sewing kit might have measuring tape in it that you can use. It might, it's cut off. It might have elastic, snaps and buttons and all those things. So sewing kit. The next one is sponges. And this, we are going to count these daubers as a sponge because they're spongy. But then like makeup sponges, so sponge and scrapbook paper, so it can be any size. It could be your paper pad, but scrapbook paper, sewing pattern, or tissue. So you can, when you're going for your scavenger hunt, you can grab a whole sewing pattern. And if you don't have one, then you can grab tissue. And remember that, you know, like if you have tissue from like that was stuffed in a brand new shoe and you've saved that, don't forget you might have that. Or you might have tissue in with your wrapping items, okay? Let's see. Next is a sheet. So sheet is an awesome place to get fabric for journals. But if you don't have a sheet, you can use fabric. But sheet started with S. So we've got a sheet or fabric. Stamps that are canceled. So, and if you don't have one, there was one on the Friday freebie. Okay. So stamps that are canceled. And you're going to want those. Sealed envelopes. So have you got any envelopes that they sealed themselves? And of course, if you don't, you can seal them. Okay? That's not cheating, but S was sealed. Sealed envelopes. Shapes. So these are die-cut shapes. They could be things that you have laying around so that you can go ahead and cut out shapes. So if you have pre-made shapes, then that's going to give you shape. Otherwise, you can go ahead and cut out a circle, like using your tape as a guide or the ribbon top or something like that, and that will give you a shape. So yeah, so shapes. Sack or bag. So remember, the first thing we're going to make is using the bottom of a sack or a bag. So you're going to want a small sack or a bag. And so also you could make one out of a larger envelope. Saved junk. So this is all that stuff that most people would throw away and we keep. That's a saved junk or junk mail. So saved gave us our S, saved junk. And the last one is a seed packet. Okay, so now seed packet, if you have one, of course, you know, I saved them. The Patreon, the Emerald Patreons, you guys have got those in a few of the ephemera kits that you've gotten over the last couple of years. But we'll also be able to make, I'll show you how to make one. And you don't need to, if it doesn't go with what you're using, you're going to be able to cover it, okay? But seed packet. So we'll go through those one more time. 17 papers, strips of paper, stencil, stamp set, that's 5 or more than, and it can be an actual set of stamps, or it can be 5 stamps that you've picked out that now you're calling that your set. Sprays, and that includes water. Scrap, but it's a spray, okay? Shh, shh, shh. It's a spray. And remember, you can add pins, like pins that are dried out. you can put those into water. I don't know if you guys, no, you guys probably didn't, most of you didn't see it, but Katie showed us her beautiful green paper that she made from old pins in water. And then she dyed her papers. So you can make a spray that way. Scrap box. So all of your scraps are invited to this party. Sewing kit, sponges, scrapbook paper, sewing pattern or tissue, sheet or fabric, stamps that are canceled. These can be digital, or you can make them. Sealed envelopes, shapes. These can be die-cut shapes. It can be things that that you have that were already a shape. So a shape other than a rectangle, okay, like a journal card or a tag is what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's different here. We want something round or a heart or a dress form or a cow or a pig or something. A sack or bag, save junk, and a seed packet. We are also adding these pages to our journal, at least one of each, spotted, stenciled, stamped, sprayed, stained, and splattered. So there's 6 different pages. You can use these as the back of your digital. So you could, for spotted, you could take a piece of spotted paper or polka dot paper and print your digital on the other side, okay? Or you could take your digital and you could take your dauber and polka dot the other side. That would work for spotted, okay? And then stenciled, stamped, sprayed, stained, and splattered. So splattering dots, or you could also do like the straw and where it goes shunk. Okay, so and splattered could be bubbles, because when you blow bubbles colored with when you blow that on, it sends off a splatter. So we'll count under splatter, we'll count bubbles. But bubbles could also be spotted because they'll be round. Okay? And if you want to, there's a couple videos where I played with bubbles and made paper with bubbles. So you can put Dear Julie Julie bubbles and see a couple ways that I did paper there. Okay? So yeah, this is the newest digital. It's called Moon Music. Okay, and it is in the Etsy shop. Okay, so now you've got your 17 items. You've taken your list. You've gone on your scavenger hunt. You've got them put together. You've taken your picture and put it into the group. And then you've started working on your 17 scavenger hunt elements, okay? So next, all your pockets and tucks in your journal must be filled with an embellishment. If the embellishment that it's to be filled with is on the list with it, then it needs to be embellished or enhanced with the 3 items. It needs to have the Dear Julie Julie digital. But if it just says 6 stenciled, stamped, stitched tags, oh, that doesn't have, sorry. Let's see. Sliding waterfall with 4 panels doesn't tell you that you need an insert, like if you put a pocket on there. So that pocket can have just one thing in it. So okay, so this is my zine that I made for the Raggedy Ann and Andy journal, and my pocket, it did not say that my pocket they need to be filled, but it didn't say that they needed to have anything on them. So putting an index card in it is acceptable. Okay, putting a little tag in it, adding this tag. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so we will also be making a mini challenge on the challenge 9124. So each month we also do a mini challenge in the challenge. And this month that video will play on the second Monday because the first Monday is Labor Day. And so we'll have that the second month. Remember, you have the whole month to finish your mini challenge in the challenge. You have the whole month to finish all of your elements and put your journal together. Very important. Post your finished item in the special typewriter finished posts in the Facebook group. So in the special Facebook group that will let you in here in just a little bit, there is a post that is a keyboard, and it says post your finished journal or picture of your finished journal here. So when you're done, you post that. Post your video link. So when you make your video, you put your link to your video in that one. And the other one says to put the name of your photo album. So we ask you to make a photo album. There is a video, it's already in the group, that tells you how to make a photo album, and then you put all of your items in that photo album. So if somebody sees something that you've posted and they're like, wow, and they want to see more, they can go to your photo album and see more. It's also those places is where I look to make sure that you actually did the challenge. And so there will be places for you to put all 17 of your elements, your picture of the 17 elements, your picture of the 2 Dear Julie digitals that you're using, and then your six pages. Okay, so those are what you have to post this time, your pictures that you have to post. Okay, watch the group for your invitation to the VIP the week before the VIP in October. See, I always miss something, so we'll fix that. The VIP for this one will be in October. The VIP will be Zoom. Okay, so if you finish the September challenge, the party will be in Zoom. So again, we're making one journal. We're making the mini challenge in the challenge. Journals for you to keep, sell, or give as a gift. The deadline for this September 17 day scavenger hunt junk journal challenge will be 9/30/24. We will also have one required mini challenge in the challenge, 9.124, as the month's gift component. You have until 9/30/24 to finish it too. Don't forget, all pockets, tucks, and envelopes in the journal must be filled to finish your journal. Always, please post your pics in the posts after you finish. Okay? So the other thing about those let's talk about finishing. Okay? So, you finished your journal. You finished it on time. You posted all of your items. Like it said, you're going to get an invitation to the VIP, which is our virtual internet party, and you will be a VIP, which also means that you are the design team members for that special digital that you received. So everybody that finished their July journal, they are the design team for the new Moon music kit. So watch for the things that they're making. This kit is, like I said, it's Moon. Okay, so there's music that has words about moons. There's pictures of moons. Some of the songs are called things about moons. And then this can be used for Halloween. The colors are great. They are all antique. These are the tags. So these are the small version of the tags. But amazing. They're all antique covers. Okay, these are the antique covers. And then there's music and a waltz, Moonlight Fancies. There's a peacock. So yeah, this is the kit that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this along with the Halloween kit that has those great moon and scary sky pictures. I may use Lover's Lane, and I'm going to use French Fashionistas because I thought they went along closest to this time period. And so those will be the digital kits that I'll be using. I'll be showing you a video of my scavenger hunt and what I have picked. So basically what I'm doing is we're picking out a kit. Now, yes, you can use everything in your craft room, all your tools, all your stuff this time. But you have this kit to draw from. And I know that for me, a lot of the times, having the kit to draw from and using that and focusing on that saves me a lot of challenging and anxiety. So challenging time and anxiety. So again, those were our details. So you have the option to make it in 17 days. You can make it in a day or two. You can take the whole month. However you want to do it. I just thought it would be fun to do a 17-day scavenger hunt. And so you'll see that the cover is included as one of your 17 items. So I think you could, you get your stuff and take your first picture and make your first item, and there you go. You're on your way. And, maybe another day or two to put it all together and make the extra embellishments if you need them. And so, yeah, we'll see. I will also put a post in there that says how many days did it take you to make, or how many days did you work on it, because it might have taken you the whole month, but did you only work 4 or 5 days actually making items? Let us put that in the post also. That one's not a required one, but it would be fun to know. Okay, so with that, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. There's a box, and it's kind of light blue or light teal, and I think it has cats on it, and it says post your questions here. So you put your question there, and it might not be me that answers it first. But if somebody answers your question, they probably know the answer. We have several that have been here for 50 of the challenges. And so they know how things work. They kind of know what the rules are. A lot of them do know what the rules are. If they answer, they probably know the answer, and you're good to go. Okay? Don't forget to share your projects, your process, your favorite things in the Dear Julie Julie Crafty community, as well as other places that you like to share, and invite people to join us in the challenge. It's a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, the Zoom, totally game-changing. So much fun. Okay? So remember, I'll be making the 17 items and showing you a couple different ways of making some of the things that we need to be able to make those projects. Each day, Monday through Saturday, there will be a 10:30 either live or premiere, so it will have a chat. On Sundays now, there is no premiere, okay? So a video will go up on Sunday, but there will be no premiere. And so, yeah. So thank you guys so much. And the next thing is, yes, there is a special group, and it is now being loaded into the chat as well as into the description box of this details video. That is the only place that you're going to find it. That's how we do it. The group is always listed in the details video. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much. I cannot wait to see who is going to try and join us and who's going to finish and who's going to get to be at that Zoom. You guys remember, the Zoom is not just me talking. It's everybody has a chance to be able to chat and visit and show us what they're doing. And so I think that being able to take the VIP to Zoom is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you get to join us there. Find something to celebrate every day. Let's get crafting. Make sure you've got that link, and I'll see you in the group. Happy September, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye.